Oh man, have we got a good one today. Let's talk about the new Toyota Tacoma Trailhunter, specifically the Snorkel, which actually isn't a snorkel. I'm going to put some sound clips in here too, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Kind of the point of the video. Anyway, it's not really a snorkel. Toyota calls it a high mount air intake. Because you see, it's really not designed to go underwater. You know, submerge your truck all the way under and have this snorkel up for air so that you can drive through, I don't know, 6 feet of water. I think Toyota says that you can safely go through about 2.5 feet or so of water. But anyway, let's talk about this snorkel. I made one. I know, it's pretty crude, right? But basically, it's this air intake unit that sits on the side of the Trailhunter. And of course, the purpose of it is to bring nice, fresh, cool, clean air into the engine. It's also designed to keep dust, or as much dust as it can, dirt, stuff like that, out of the engine in the event that you are out on a trail somewhere where maybe there are other trucks around throwing up dust and stuff. That's really the purpose of it. But there is a side feature, maybe a benefit, maybe not, depends on your perspective. Now, like I said, I'm going to put a couple sound clips up so you guys can hear what the Trailhunter really sounds like because of the snorkel. We're going to call it a snorkel, even though that's not what Toyota calls it. And one thing, they put it right here on the A-pillar, right? Now, of course, any sound that you get out of this thing is going to transmit into the cabin because it's sitting right here on this pillar, right? I've been told, and you can hear it in the clips I'm going to play, that you can actually hear the noise that this thing makes or transmits inside the truck. Now, what you're hearing, a lot of people claim anyway, are the turbos or a blow-off valve. Now, I don't know that it's really a blow-off valve. I don't even know if it has a blow-off valve. That's kind of a point of contention, I guess. But anyway, there's quite a bit of noise that transmits inside the truck. Listen here. You guys can see or hear what it sounds like for yourself. Now, what people are complaining about, at least some people, I had a post on my Facebook group. The link is down below if you want to check it out. It's pretty lengthy and it's very controversial, I guess, for the comments and things that people are leaving. I've been hot and heavy on the ban button because frankly, a lot of the posts are just inappropriate and have nothing to do with anything. But there are some good posts out there as well, some good points that people bring up as to the sound that you can hear. Now, is it loud? Well, it kind of depends on what you're doing with the accelerator, the gas pedal, right? Obviously, the harder or more you push on the pedal, the more sound you're going to get out of this unit. And one thing that I noticed from some videos that I've seen of it actually in operation, it moves. It kind of shrinks and expands a little bit. Or maybe it was just the angle of the footage, I don't know. But there is some movement to this snorkel as well. Now, as far as the sound goes, I think it takes a specific audience. You know, if you're into hearing a lot of sound like you heard in that clip, well then it's something that you're probably gonna like. If you don't like that, or maybe you don't want to hear it when you're just daily driving the Trailhunter, then it's something you're probably not going to like. I think it's a very polarizing feature. You either love it or you don't love it. For me personally, I can understand where it would get annoying for some folks who don't like a lot of noise, right? Now, should they have known that before they actually purchased the truck? Yeah, but the problem is, until recently anyway, you couldn't drive a Trailhunter. If somebody actually, a dealership, had one on the lot, they wouldn't let you take it out, right? You either had to buy it sight undriven, or not. So you really didn't know or get to experience what the truck was like. I say until now because the supply of these trucks, of course, is increasing, although the trail hunters and the pros really not so much. But there are some out there, and certainly you could drive it around the lot, I would think, if you wanted to hear what it really sounds like. But in addition to that, you also have real-world clips and videos on places like this, YouTube, Facebook, other forums and things, where you can actually get on and see what it sounds like. For me personally, I don't know. I haven't driven one in person because there aren't any around me. So I can't say definitively that I wouldn't like it, but I do think I would prefer more of a throaty exhaust note as opposed to that kind of whirring or wind noise. I don't even know what you call it, sound that you get. Now, you do get, as you could hear in those clips, a little bit of turbo noise. That I do kind of like. I wouldn't mind hearing that, but it's the additional sound or volume that you get from the intake of air, the wind noise, that probably would bother me a little bit, if I'm being honest. Now, what I do like, and I've had this on other Toyota Tacomas on 3rd gens, I don't know if it makes any difference on the 4th gen, is some sort of a cold air intake under the hood. Obviously, it's not going to be a snorkel, but something under the hood that gives a little bit throatier sound than just a standard normal exhaust, or normal, it's not really even an exhaust, an intake sound, I guess. I had one on my last Tacoma. It was a K&N, I think, and it sounded really good. It gave a throatier sound to that truck. Now, are you going to get that out of the 2024 Tacoma? Probably not, because it's a 4-cylinder turbo. You're not going to get any kind of a throaty sound out of this truck. I don't care what you do. It's a different animal. I think in this truck, if you're looking for some kind of sound, you better like the sound that turbos make, right? Because it's a turbo truck. And I do like that. Occasionally I can hear the turbo whirring underneath the hood when I'm driving around. And frankly, I like it. I think it's pretty neat. Now, does it equate to or satisfy the kind of throatier exhaust note that I've always gone for? The answer is no, it does not. But it's simply different. Not better, not worse, just different. So anyway, over there on the group, I would say probably 99% of the people that have responded actually say that they prefer the sound, they like it. And interestingly, there have been a few comments that state that maybe it's a reverse psychology post where a dealership or even Toyota has put this post on my little group, really, trying to attract people who like it. So they posted up a sort of a negative post, if you will, thinking that some folks would actually be more inclined to buy the truck because of it. I don't think I agree with that, but check it out. Again, there's a link down below. You can make that call for yourself. Anyway, leave a comment, let me know. Other than just appearance, which frankly, I'm really not fond of, and no, I'm not talking about my little creation here. I'm talking about the actual snorkel itself. I'm not really a big fan of that either. But given the clips that you heard, the sounds that you heard, would that be something that would make you more likely to buy the Trailhunter? Does it become more attractive for you? I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.